Welcome to the Kilgrey online tutorial for project managers. In the last module of this 10-part series, we will look at how to work with project templates. We will look at how to set up a project template and how to automate frequent tasks, like the creation of statistics or the update of the master translation memory after translation. This module will take between 10 and 15 minutes to go through. At the end, there will be 3 questions to test your understanding of the topics that were covered. As a project manager, you will probably have to set up the same kind of project again and again. In this case, a project template can be very helpful, as it allows you to predefine a lot of settings, for example, all your 20 target languages, the translation memories and term bases to attach for a certain client, and so on. But please be aware that a template project, when set up on a server, does not allow any settings to be changed afterwards. So you need to be sure of the correct setup of your project. MemoQ comes with some default templates, which you will find in the dashboard in the list of templates for easy access. These templates can be edited if you wish, but you can also set up your own templates in the resource console. If you set up a local template, you will only see your local resources and the ones that have been marked on the server with the pin symbol. This makes them visible even if you are working locally. If you set up a server template, you will only see your server resources. If you use local resources in a local template and later on publish the project to the server, the local resources get published as well. If you use the template several times, the local resources get also published several times, like tmname, tmname1, tmname2. So please consider moving local resources to the server first before using them for a template. To create a server template, go to the Resource Console, Project Templates. Log into your server and use the Create New link at the bottom. Select My Computer to create a local template, and Remote to create the template directly on the MemoQ server. Once the template has been set up, you can edit it to select your settings. For a consistent naming convention of your projects, you can use the placeholders for the project name. MemoQ will then require the user to fill in the fields and create the project name out of it. Especially for projects with many target languages, it makes sense to select all possible languages in the template. You can change these later on when creating a project out of the template. In the online project settings, you choose the default setup of your online project regarding the way users can access the documents, what content they can download, and what kind of communication is available. You can apply similar naming conventions as for the project name for the names of the working TMs and master TMs to be created with the template. Or you can choose to attach TMs from the list of existing TMs, local TMs and server TMs, either by their metadata or directly by their name. In the Settings area, you choose any additional settings for your project. As with all other projects, there are some resources that are mandatory, and there can only ever be one per language, like segmentation rules or QA profiles. And there are resources like auto-translation rules, where you can attach several rules to the same project. You will find a lot of the other settings behind this Tools icon. You can add non-translatable lists with a double click or via the plus symbol. To use your customized file filters, add the file extension and select the filter from the drop-down list. In the People area, you can already add some default users to the project. For example, If you and your colleague will have to take over each other's projects, you could add your colleague as a project manager here, so that he or she will be able to see the project on the server directly and will have project manager rights in the project as well. One of the interesting settings of a template are the automation actions. At specific points in a project, you could tell MemoQ to run a task automatically. For example, directly after the documents have been imported into the project. Use the plus symbol to call up the list of automated tasks and add them to your workflow step. In this case, we have set up the automation to run an analysis on the whole project, to pre-translate the documents, and to create snapshots of the pre-translated documents. For each of these actions, you will be able to access the usual settings when you add the action to the list. For Project Wrap-Up, we have decided on sending the segment pairs to the master translation memory, deleting the working translation memories, exporting the files for archiving to MQXLIF, and exporting the final translations as well. In addition to the automations within MemoQ, you could even use scripts to run them on the documents before they are imported into the project or after they have been exported from the project. Confirm the template setup with OK, and then you can use your template to create new online projects. If you use the template regularly, you can add it to the list of templates on the project ribbon. Click on the small arrow at the lower right-hand side of the templates list. Click on Manage Templates. Select the desired template and click on Add. The template now appears in the list and can be used directly. When you call up the template, you will only need to add the files, maybe adjust the language settings and add any metadata in the fields. Everything else is taken care of by the template. You will see your selected template. You can fill out the metadata fields to create the project name if you use the placeholders for these fields. The language settings can still be changed. All other settings can be reviewed but cannot be changed any longer. Once the online project has been created, you can assign users as usual. You will not see a settings area in the navigation on the left. Settings of online projects that were created out of a template cannot be changed any longer. Go to the Overview Project Settings tab to see the resources of your project. Here you can see the automatically created working and master TMs, for example. In the list of online projects, the template project will show the template icon. Once a user has downloaded the project, it will show the regular download icon. The wrap-up command in the context menu with automation is only available for projects created from templates. This would then automatically run all the tasks you have specified in the automation of this template. A template is a good way to set up projects that always use specific resources. Template projects can use automation, like the creation of translation memories, running analyses, or pre-translation or updating translation memories during wrap-up. When you set up a local project with a template, you will be still able to change the settings of the local project. When you set up an online project with a template, you will not be able to change the settings within the online project any longer. This concludes the module on project templates. This was the last module of this 10-part series. On the next slide, we will ask you some questions that will help you to test your knowledge using project templates. Here comes the quiz. First question: what is a project template? A sample project that I clone to reuse the settings. The complete collection of all resources a project should have. A project template contains all useful settings that can be attached to an existing online project. The correct answer is the complete collection of all resources a project should have. Second question: when creating a project with a local template, can you use server TMs, etc. with it? No, a local template can only show local resources. Yes, a local template can always use all local and all server resources. Yes, but only if the server resources have been made available by pinning them. The correct answer is yes, but only if the server resources have been made available by pinning them. Third question: can you change the settings of a project that was created from a template? In local projects, yes. In online projects, no. Yes, settings can always be changed afterwards. No, settings of a template project can never be changed afterwards. The correct answer is in local projects, yes. In online projects, no. Thank you for watching this tutorial. This was the last module in this 10-part series. This tutorial was created with MemoQ 2015. This tutorial was created by Loctimize for Kilgrave Translation Technologies.